Within this video, we're going to go ahead and create this particle system and set up a blueprint so that when you walk through it, it actually fires them. Now, this is going to be built on the templates that are already here inside of Unreal Engine 5 and is not meant to be any kind of deep dive. So it's a very quick and easy way to create some particles and get them to show up inside of your level. Before we move further, let's go ahead and talk about the anatomy of what we're about to build. We're going to need three things. We're going to need the particles, and you can quite seriously think of them as the confetti that's coming out of these. We're going to need the emitter, and these are pretty much as close as you're going to get to emitters. Inside of Unreal, they're pretty much invisible. And then you're going to need a system that's going to hold this inside of the world. And a system can have multiple emitters inside of it, which is going to be really easy to deal with. And then at the very end, we're going to go ahead and use a blueprint to make sure that all this stuff is actually firing. So now let's go ahead and jump in and start to build this. Now, to keep things nice and organized, I have a folder that I'm just going to keep everything inside of. So I'll just double click and open this up. And let's go ahead and create the emitter. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to ignore this Niagara System right here, although you could start here as well. We're actually going to go all the way down here to FX. And what I'm looking for is this Niagara emitter. Now, this emitter is going to live inside the system, but we'll get there. So go ahead and create one of these, and it's going to ask us how we want to create this. Like I said before, we're going to go ahead and use what's here inside of the Unreal Engine. So I'm going to say new emitter from template up here at the very top. So this one right here. And go ahead and just click next. And what I'm going to start with is this confetti burst, this one right here. So I'm going to click on that and say finish. Now I want to give this a specific name, so I'm going to start NE because it's Niagara emitter and then confetti. Next, just double click on it to open it up. And I'm going to go ahead and just dock this up here at the top. So this is the emitter. I'm going to go ahead and just zoom out so you can see there's nothing else in here. And I want you to point out that this says emitter down here in the bottom because that's what I'm in. Let's go ahead and zoom back in on this. And over here on the left-hand side, this is where our actual particles are going to be showing up in our little viewport. Down here at the bottom is a little timeline. And if you watch this go all the way to the end, it takes forever to reset. So I'm going to take this little red bar and I'm just going to mock it all the way over here to 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds, it's going to reset over here inside of our viewport. Next thing I want to point out is this giant list of stuff over here on the right-hand side. Don't worry, we're only going to touch a couple of these and you could dive very, very deep. We're not going to do that here. So the thing that I want to kind of play with to begin is our spawn instantaneous burst. So this one right here. And you'll notice when I click on this module, it basically gets rid of all the extra junk that was over here. And inside of here, you can see that we're spawning 100 particles. So if we wanted to boost this up, we can actually just click in here and we're going to type in, I don't know, let's say 5,000. And you'll notice we get a lot more particles over there on the left-hand side. So hey, that's kind of cool. So now we know how to actually add more particles every time this thing fires. There's a small problem with this though, and that is that these particles are not the shape and color that I want them to be. So down here at the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and just pause this at some point when I can see all these particles. And if I zoom in on them, you'll notice that there are these little squares that have got this very interesting kind of texture on them. And now that is coming from, let's go ahead and zoom out here, this little module up here at the very top, which is also at the very, very bottom down here. So it's a sprite renderer. So it's rendering a two-dimensional little plane. So what I want to do is I want to change this material. And to do that, all I have to do is just go ahead and click on this, and you'll notice over here on the right, I have a section where it says material. Now the material I'm going to use is built inside of the game engine, inside of the plugins. So we have to open that up. So to make that happen, I'm just going to click on the material here. And right here, you will notice that there is a little cog. And this is where we're going to open up a few things inside of the actual engine. And what I want to do is I want to turn on show engine content. So this little checkbox right here, and the one directly below it that says show plugin content. So these two right here. Once I have these two turned on, I'm going to go ahead and type in default sprite. And what I'm looking for is this first one here that says default sprite material. So this one right here. And you can see that these now instantly change into these nice little round circles. So cool, now we know how to actually change this. There are two things that I want to do left. One, I want to change them so they're random colors, and two, I want them to collide with the ground and other objects. So to change the color, what I want to do is find our initialize particle. So this one right here. And inside of here, what I'm looking for is the color section specifically. Now inside of our color section, we have 4 values that we can actually play with. We've got our RG and B and our alpha, but I don't want to just change one single color, which I can do, and you'll notice that they all change, which that's awesome, but I want them to be random. So to make that happen, what I need to do is click on this tiny little drop down way over here on the right-hand side, and inside of there, you'll find a section under suggested that says random range linear color. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. And this is going to give us our random colors. Now, you'll notice nothing actually happened over there inside of their viewport. And what we need to do is we need to actually change this color channel mode. And what I'm going to change this specifically to, if I click on this and come down, is random individual channels. Now you'll notice we get a whole bunch of fun colors. So that's pretty cool. The last thing we're going to do is go ahead and add in our collision. And we want to add that. We're going to come down here under our particle update. This is the section that's going to update the particles every single frame inside of the engine. So to make a collision, all we need to do is click on this little plus button right here and type in the word collision and look for this one right here. It says collision. Now they'll actually collide with everything. So cool. Let's go ahead and make sure that we save this, and we're going to add this into the system next so that we can drop it into the world. So if we go back to the level editor, so I'll just click on the tab up here at the top left, and I come into my content drawer. And if I try and drag this in here just to make a point, you'll notice that I can't do that. And that's because it's not a system. Systems hold these emitters. So let's go ahead and just do that. So I'm going to go ahead and right click on this, and at the very top it says create Niagara System. And it's going to disappear. So let's go back into the content drawer, and I'm going to select it, hit F2, and I'm just going to rename this one. And I'm just going to change it from NE Confetti to NS Confetti, and then hit enter. So now I can click and drag this into the world, and you'll notice that it'll fire as soon as I let go, and that each of these are actually landing on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this so you can see this a little bit easier. So with it selected, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here into the details panel, and you notice I have a debug and a reset. Now, every time I hit this reset, you'll notice it'll actually fire, which is pretty cool. But I don't want all that yellow on there. That's lame. So here's a cool little pro tip. Inside of the details panel, with this selected, I'm going to click on this little button right here, and it's going to lock. So now if I select anything else, you notice the details panel doesn't actually change. And now I can hit that reset button, and I can actually see that confetti without any issues. And if I hit the G key, it makes it a little easier because now I'm inside of game mode. Cool. So we can set them off here inside of the editor, but we want to set this off when the player walks through a volume. So we're going to do that next by building a blueprint. So let's go into our content drawer, and I'll just right click and go up here to blueprint class. And I'm going to go ahead and choose this very top one that says actor. Let's name this one BP Confetti, and then double click on it to just go ahead and open it up. Now, in here, what we want to do is create a box that a player can walk through. So to make that happen, I'm going to go ahead and just add a component up here in the top left. Click on that and type in box. And what I'm looking for specifically is this box collision. So now that this is in here, I'm going to go a couple little pro tips that are kind of handy. What I want to do is actually pull these off to the side. And here, what I want to do is go ahead and open up the content drawer and grab this box confetti. And I'm going to drag it in here so that I know it's right on top of this little area. Now I need to hit the G key so it comes back. There we go. Now I can see it. And also what I'm going to do is set this up so that this box is a little bit bigger. So over here under my box extent, right now it's set to 32 by 32 by 32. I'm just going to make sure that's 100 on each axis. So there we go. That's easy to do. And I'm also going to type in hidden in game. Actually, I just need a hid, and it says hidden in game. I want to actually see this so I can hit it real easy, or just leave it on top of this little blue spot. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the line width. So if I type in line, my line thickness, I'm just going to give it a value of 3. Now I'm just doing this for debug purposes because it'll make my life a lot easier to actually see this box. So now when I hit the play button, that box does not disappear, and I can actually see where it is and be able to walk into it really easily. All right, so let's move on to actually writing the logic for this now. And let's go ahead and just open this all the way up. So let's go into our event graph. So when we go ahead and overlap this box, that's when we want to go ahead and set this thing off. So I'm just going to drag a wire off of here, and I'm going to type in the word system. And what I'm looking for is spawn system at location. So this one right here. And then I just need to tell it which actual system we want to use, and we've actually got one down here. So this confetti system, so I can just drag this into here, like so. And now I need to give it an actual location. And I'm just going to use the location of where this blueprint is. So I can just right click and type in get actor location. And with it set to self, it'll look for this specific box, this blueprint inside the world, and I'll just connect these two wires, like so. Make sure that I compile and save that. And now I can go ahead and just pull this off to the side. And when I go ahead and play, and if I walk through here, it should fire. Ta-da, like so. And we get some really interesting kind of rendering effects because of this box that's here. So let's go ahead and just turn that box off. So let's bring that back. And inside of the box, I'm going to go ahead and type in a line. And let's just reset the line thickness. And we'll go ahead and say hide. And we'll go ahead and do this hidden in game. Compile. Let's go ahead and bring this over here. So now I shouldn't be able to see this. So I want to make sure that this is directly over something that I can get at. And we don't need that one anymore. Let's go ahead and say play. Now every time I walk through, we'll get some confetti. So there you have it. Now you have a way to create a very simple confetti system here inside of the Unreal Engine, have it collide with the ground, give it some fun colors, and then actually get it to fire when walking through a blueprint. So if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, or confusion you need cleared up so that you can continue to create, go and just leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you when I get a chance. And don't forget to be clever-like and subscribe.